Okay, yeah. Hey, how you guys doing today? Yeah, for today, I have the physical copy of the magazine that I am featured in, my very first one. And what's awesome about this actually is the cover shoot, and the back, and I guess the main thing, like the main feature of the magazine. This shoot was actually done by my mentor, Mel B. Elder Jr. And so it's actually kind of special to me to have this physical copy, because now I have because I was here for the shoot. Like, I was there, I assisted on the shoot, and it was a lot of fun. And it has to do and it was a shoot done by my mentor, who's taught me a lot, who's like kind of the whole reason I have a photography business. And so, very, very grateful to be a part of the process, to be and also to be in the magazine with my own work. Let me show you guys that. I'm on page 20 through 23. Got a 4-page spread. This is a shoot I did with Kira, and we had a whole team. We had a makeup artist, a stylist. Stylist is Sergio, makeup artist was Cam. Gotta give out the creds. Yeah, and my set assistant, my homeboy Matthew Rochefort, another photographer. And yeah, and here's another page of what I did, of what we did. I don't know if y'all can see that well. But they're on my Instagram page if y'all haven't seen them already. And maybe if I can show a closer look. I don't know, probably didn't even focus on it, but And yeah, thought I should share that before the video today. Let's get into it. And what a wonderful intro that was, because today is, I want to say, the second installment, even though the first installment was like the second half of my first vlog. So I guess this will be like 1.5. But the 1.5 installment of photography pro tips. I know I was going to say something like crown control or something before, but it is what it is. Oh, by the way, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know what time you're watching this. My kings and queens, it's good to see you here in the kingdom. Welcome back to the channel. If you're first time here, like, comment, subscribe. We have a lot of fun here. It's a lot of laughs, a lot of joy, and you get to learn something. So I think I provide some good content. And with that being said, this is the 1.5 installment of photography pro tip. I think that's the name I'm going to solidify with this installments of my channel, because this is where I talk to you guys, future photographers, aspiring photographers, current photographers who just want to learn and grow in the craft of photography, and especially those who wants to make a business out of it. This is where I'm going to teach you guys what I've been taught and what I've been doing to successfully be a working freelance photographer. And today we are going to talk about the importance of having a mentor. That's why it was the intro was so great. The importance of having a mentor is, it literally fast tracks, like, having a mentor who's in the position you want to be puts you in that position much earlier than you would have been alone. Like, my mentor is Mel B. Elder Jr. And before him it was Neville Forbes, and both of them have taught me a lot in photography, a lot about composition, lighting, the business of photography, when to expect slow times, when I should expect a lot of business, how to set up my business, how to set up my back office, how to set up my payments. Like, it's a lot. Like, I have a lot of content for you guys because of the people that have taught me. And so that's why I want to give credits to the mentors out there doing your thing, and spreading the knowledge, and out of the kindness of your heart, or maybe you needed some extra help and you're trading knowledge for assistantship or whatever it is. Kudos to y'all. I salute y'all. This is part of the reason why I'm giving back, because someone gave back to me. And yeah, but having a mentor does a lot for you. Like, you can scour YouTube, you can go to a college, you can do all of that, but that's still like just still videos, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like visual learning. You get to engage in kinesthetic learning when you have a mentor, and for me that's how I learn best. I learn by doing. And so yeah, I learn a lot by YouTube, but then I have to go and practice it. Well, having a mentor gives you learn and practice kind of at the same time, and you're actively acting in the thing you want to actively act in, you know what I'm saying? When like as an intern to Mel, I would help him set up his lights, I'd help him set up his lighting setups, I had him help him set up his camera. He'd even let me use his camera, which at the time was more expensive and high end than mine. So I got to see firsthand like what a real professional camera, how it works, what it looks like, what different lighting setups that he would use. I remembered and now like looked and now can redo those lighting setups myself, which is something I wouldn't be able to learn unless, you know, I stayed on YouTube for hours, or if I had bought my own lighting setup and just moved lights around until I figured it out. But that would have took much longer than me helping Mel in medias res, like of his shoot. Like in the middle of a shoot, you know, he'll just be like, hey, put the lights there, there, and there. It's gonna create this effect. And then I would look at the picture and I was like, oh my God, that's beautiful. Like, that's really beautiful. I wanna create stuff like that. And he's like, well, you can't. You just set up the lights like this, boom, 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 boom. Notch, 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 notch. Power level is boom, 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 boom. You say your camera settings are boom, 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 boom. And then like, boom, now I have all the information to do very high-end quality work. And what took like 30 minutes, what might have taken me 3 hours scouring YouTube to do, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, there's a lot of benefits to having a mentor, and mostly it's a fast track. The main benefit of having a mentor is this fast track your success, fast track who you are, and it also another good thing about having a mentor, connections. Like working with Mel, I've been able to meet a lot of photographers I probably would have never met. Not being his intern, and I've made a lot of great connections that's gotten me a lot of jobs in my field. It's gotten me just a lot of great friends. Like I love the photography community in Atlanta. Like everybody's so helpful and everybody's so like friendly and willing to help, and it's awesome. And so I wouldn't be able to insert myself into that community as well as I am inserted in it now without having that mentorship of somebody who's already been in the game for 10 years, who's already made those connections. Now, just me being his assistant and basically having to follow him around all the time, I meet all the same people that he knows. And so now I've built my network, and having a network is so very important. That's going to be actually another photography pro tip video, is networking. And okay, let's talk about how to actually get a mentor, because nobody wants to waste their time, obviously. And so to get a mentor, you first have to, well, obviously know what you're doing. Know, like whether it's photography, arts, a job, you know, even a job, you have to go, for most careers, you have to do an internship somewhere before you can like really get the job. And so basically to get a mentor, you need prior skill, because to be Mel's intern, I had to compete with other photographers, other people who've been maybe even doing photography longer than me. I had to apply, show him some of my current work at the time, which was decent. I won't say it was like amazing. It was, my stuff is better now. But you know, I love my work from back then. But I had to have decent work. I have to have photography is more than just photos, so I had to have a certain business savvy. I had to have a certain level of professionalism about me when communicating with Mel, going through the interview process. Like, you have to have prior skill and prior knowledge, and like you have to be someone that's worth growing. And when I say that, I mean, like, if I'm a professional photographer and I know what it takes to be a professional photographer, I know that is more than just photography. But it is photography at the main point. So you need good, decent photos. But I also know you need to be personable. So I'm looking for someone who's personal to be my assistant. You need someone who's not in their shell, not like who's ready to put themselves out there, who's ready to, you know, talk and intermingle with clients. Because maybe I'm gonna have you because maybe he needs me to go get a client, or I maybe have to be somewhere with a client before he gets there. So he needs to be able to trust me and the person that I am to, you know, be professional and to be able to I'll entertain, for lack of a better word, but like be there for the client and the client's needs until he's able to get there. So all these things are the things he's looking for within the interview process, and somehow I checked off all the boxes and I was able to be his intern. But that like, you have to be growable, for lack of a better word. But yeah, growable, teachable. You have to be a person that's you have to be able to you have to show promise. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. You have to be able to show promise. Yeah. So if you're able to show promise and you can't be you have to be able to take a no. You definitely have to be able to take a no to succeed in anything. You have to be able to take a no, because I've been not with the internship, but when I used to model, I was rejected by the first modeling agency I went to, and then I said, all right, well, on to the next one, and then the next one is the Ursula Weeman Models, who's the top modeling agency in Atlanta, and then they signed me, and so you know, but I could have easily been after the first modeling agency declined me, I could have just been like, wow, I must be ugly for real. Let me stop pursuing this, like I'm thinking that, you know, I can do this, but it turned out that I could, and that I was accepted by one of the greats, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's really like you can't let a no kill you. You have to be able to like, if you try to be someone's intern and they deny you, well, maybe they're just too busy, maybe you just weren't the perfect fit for them, or maybe it wasn't meant for you. But you have to keep pushing. Like, if you want your dreams to come true, it's not going to be easy. So you have to keep pushing. You have to keep applying for internships. You have to keep asking photographers that you admire, hey, maybe I can do a free shoot for you, blah blah blah, and maybe that free shoot can then lead to more shoots. Like, you have to be consistent, persistent, and bold. You really do, to be able to be successful in like your own dreams or in your own photography business. Like, it's just what it takes, you know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna start writing out, like, planning these a little bit better, because I'm over here just like winging it off the dome. But, you know, I think it's a little bit more personable that way, right? And that was ugly. That was ugly out. Oh, okay, let's try it again. Boom. Wink. All right, but yeah, I think that's enough. So that was, you know, the first installment of Photography Pro Tips. Please put in the comments any topics you might want me to speak on, or if you have any questions about what I've said so far, feel free to hit me up in the comments. I'd love to answer. I'd love to talk with you. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Love you guys.